Hello, my dear friends, my dear students. This is Professor Dr. Satish Polshettiwar from MIT World Peace University School of Pharmacy, Pune, India. I hope you are subscribe my channel. If not, please subscribe my channel so that you can get all updated videos from my site. Today we will be talking on very important subject. We all know pharmaceutical biotechnology, which is there in your third year B Pharm as per the PCI curriculum. So today I'll be talking on the first topic of that subject, that is scope and application of biotechnology. We all of you aware about that. You must have understood, learn in your second year B Pharm regarding the pharmaceutical microbiology, biochemistry, which is the fundamentals of this biotechnology. This is very important subject where you all of you know with these pandemics, COVID situations, where we discussed about the scope and application of this subject, how it can be used, exploited for the making of vaccines. That is one of the product of this subject, I could say. Okay, let us begin with this topic of interest. So what is learning objective of this particular subject? First, let us we will discuss about what is this pharmaceutical biotechnology. Then we'll be talking on the scope and applications. Then we will discuss about classical to modern biotechnology, how we have been transformed from this classical method, traditional method, to modern biotechnology, where we are talking on RNA technology, genetic engineering. We talked about monoclonal antibody, where we are talking about the personalized medicine of future medicines. So then we will discuss about the future prospectus. What are the future prospectus in healthcare industry and pharmaceutical industries? That we all know we are in the era of omics, where we need to understood all the proteomics, genomics, pharmacogenomics. That is the kind of the subject we are going to discuss. Then probably we'll be talking on various products of this biotechnology, what are different products available in the market, and what are the research going on these particular aspects. So that we will be discussing. We all know now this is the subject we call as inventive vectors for the pharma sectors. So this is the kind of things we are going to learn in today's session. Then what is biotechnology subjects? Okay, what is this biotechnology? This is nothing but the biology and technology. It's a blending of biology and technology. What is biology? Science of living things. And what is technology? Then nothing but we have to blend with the various advanced technology. Okay, where that is going to be helpful and beneficial to mankind, because we always think about well-being of society. Whenever you are making any kind of innovation, that innovation has to be has some impact to society, for the well-being of society. So whenever we blend this Indian technology, information technology, with the biological technology, we call as biotechnology, that will definitely probably certainly make the system more and more better. So we should discuss about this. We must discuss about this classical to modern, how we have been transformed from the classical, that is nothing but any technique that uses any organisms to make or modify the products. What is modern biotechnology? Where we learn about the various aspects of recombinant DNA technology, genetic engineering, monoclonal antibody. That is the one of the aspects of modern biotechnology. So this subject not only applicable are having applications in pharmaceutical sector, healthcare sector, but also it is used it is having the multiple scope in agriculture field, healthcare field, food chemistry and food biotechnology, energy, environmental system, and all these things. So what is biotechnology? Why it is going to be very impactful? To improve and modify the biological function of organisms by adding a gene from another organisms. Means if you identify any particular gene of interest, then probably we can insert that gene of interest with the help of one vector, a vehicle, to another organisms, where we can get that product of interest, where we are looking after some characteristic, a functional characteristic into that particular organism. Same we can get it through this technology. The term biotechnology was coined by this Carl Erecki, a Hungarian engineer. Traditional biotechnology has been used for thousands of years to produce and improve the food and healthcare products. Today, modern biotechnology enable us to develop, improve product more safely and more rapidly than ever before. We are talking about bioinformatics, we are talking about food biotechnology, we are talking about genomics, proteomics, agriculture's biotechnology, environmental biotechnology, genetic engineering, fermentation process, healthcare, therapeutics, diagnostic, pharmaceutical sector. Means it has a multiple role. Biotechnology have a multiple role in all the sectors because everyone want some modification. We are looking on certain product of interest in the form of hormones, enzymes, monoclonal antibody, biosimilars, vaccine production, interferons, etc. Other therapeutics and medicinal products. We are witness with these vaccines which is being derived from the live or dead microorganism. Also we have been derived from the this part of that recombinant species, a gene of interest that we identified, recognized from that microorganisms like viruses we all know. So that is one of the applications of this subject. We all know the world is moving from the pharmaceutical to the biopharmaceuticals. We are moving with the small molecule to the monoclonal antibody, which is very complex molecules. Small molecule like acetyl salicylic acids, which is having low molecular weight, which is chemically synthesized and well defined structures. So that is small molecules. When you talked about biological molecule, which is derived from living organisms, it could be bacteria, it could be viruses, it could be fungal species, it could be any other living microorganisms, which is having large and complex structures, having molecular weight in between 400 to 3000 Daltons. This is the things we need to understood these biological molecules. Now moving to the monoclonal antibody, which is very specific, because which is having a specificity, which is having selectivity to that particular the sites. That is called as the antibody, which is having a specificity, which is having high molecular weight, which is derived from again living organisms, which is more complex structures, having the molecular weight more than 15,000 Daltons. So we need to understand we are moving towards the future medicines. The world is talking on this future medicine that is called as pharmacogenomics. So this is, we all know the Human Genomic Project was over in 2002. Now everybody is having talking of that genomic reports and genomic sequence. We know the dogma of life, how our life starts from the DNA to entire organisms. If you understood at molecular level at how the protein get translated, how this particular RNA get transcripted into the proteins, how DNA get transcripted into that particular RNA. If you understood at molecular level, one can recognize that particular defects and one can treat that particular problem. That is a therapy we call it gene therapy. That is one other application of this biotechnology. We need to understood all these things. So future would be like that only. You all of you know the day will come, the doctor will prescribe the medicine based on genomic reports. Not because today's system, today's era is fit for all. One medicine fit for all. Maybe tomorrow you'll be getting medicine based on your genomic reports. That is the things that is happening. That is one of the major applications of breakthrough innovation in the field of biotechnology. One has to understood this. We all know, we are witness with medical science how this DNA technology, rDNA technology, recombinant DNA technology is going to be helpful to mankind. Insulin, we all know, which is the one of the hormone used to control diabetics, which is produced in bacteria. We all know E. coli, which is the species which is used to produce that insulin through this rDNA technology. In 1982, Eli Lilly company was the first inventor for that particular the products. We all know. We are witness with that Cohen and Bohr study, who has been contributed a lot in the field of biotechnology. So nowadays we all know we are getting insulin through this particular rDNA technology, which is having a more yield. Previously, if you see the traditional methods where we have to sacrifice n number of animals to get that particular insulin, but nowadays it is made possible because of this recombinant DNA technology, where we can insert that gene of interest, where that gene is going to be expressed into that particular protein. That gene we can insert into the particular living organism through vector, and one can get that insulin in that particular bacteria, and we can isolate that insulin and we can produce in the form of medicine. We all know that is a product Humulin, which was marketed, which is made commercially available in 1984 by that Eli Lilly company. Now it is being genetic. So this is the things how this medical science through rDNA technology is going to work. Another product of interest is erythropoietin, which is used to treat anemia by stimulating RBC. That is also one of the product of this biotechnology. Human growth hormones like somatotropin, which is used to treat growth deficiency. This is the another product that we all getting from because of this technology, biotechnology. Then factor 8, we all know, which is used to treat hemophilia. Then interferons, which is used against certain cancer and viral infections. Interleukin 2, which is used to immune enhancer in adaptive immunotherapy. Then tissue plasmogen activators, which dissolve the blood clot. This is one of the important component which we can produce through this rDNA technology. Then epidermal growth factors, which help in wound healing, we all know. and burns and ulcers. Urokinase, which is another important breakthrough innovation in the field of this biotechnology, one of the product of biotechnology, which is used as anticoagulants, which is used to treat heart attack. That is also one of the major breakthrough in the medical science through this rDNA technology. Vaccine, we are witness nowadays. What are the vaccines? Which are the vaccines? Number of vaccines we are getting because of this technology. We all know multiple products. We all know current medicines, which is one treatment fit for all, but future medicines, which is based on this biotechnology, which is more personalized, means we can identify the particular defect and we can give that particular treatment, specific treatment to the specific, we can say, patient. That study we call as pharmacogenomics, where we need to understand a genetic sequence. Based on genetic therapy, based on genetic sequence, we can treat, we can prescribe the medicines to that particular patient, so that that patient will get negligible side effect. I could say negligible side effect. That is one of the major advantage of this pharmacogenomics. We all know era of omics. We need to understand this era of omics. Omics means we need to understand the normal dogma of life. Our life start from, we all know, life start from your DNA, the chromosomes. Then DNA, we all know, DNA get transcripted to the your we can say RNA. We need to understand that process. That is called as transcriptomics. Then after that transcriptomics, we all know that the particular RNA expressed to particular proteins. That is nothing but your insulin or many kind of proteins we are getting. That study we call as nothing but the proteomics. If you understood this at molecular level, one can relatively prepare that product of interest at very low cost, and we can provide a specific therapy. Genomics, that is very important. Metabolomics, we need to understood the metabolism at molecular level. So this biotechnology play vital roles, so that one can make proper medicines accordingly. Now look at this picture. How it is possible? You can see on this image, you could see the corn, sweet corn, having multiple colors. Here you are in your left hand side, you can see how this particular carrots having different colors. How it is possible? Yeah, this has made possible because of genetic engineering. We understood how this particular this genetic engineering work. So here we have to just identify that gene of interest, which give that functional properties. We understood that the particular gene is going to be responsible because our DNA contains that particular functional gene. If you identify that gene, and if you remove that gene with the help of certain enzymes, and we can insert that gene of interest to particular living organisms with the help of suitable vectors, then probably we can get a same effect in that particular plant, that particular we can say living organisms. That is the kind of things happening. That is one of the breakthrough innovation in field of we can say biotechnology. Again, look at this image. This is the fish, golden fish. You can see multicolor fish. How it is possible? Again, this is the another product of your nothing but a genetically modified organisms, GMO, which is the another breakthrough innovation in field of biotechnology, where one can prepare this the colored fish. We can insert that gene of interest into that fish, and one can get desired effects. That is kind of zebra fish, which has genetic information from bioluminescence jellyfish added to its DNA, so we can get that glowing. This is other example of genetically modified organism, which is another application of this biotechnology. So biotechnology is the process where we utilize the following for the benefits of mankind. What are the things we use? We use either whole organisms. It could be we can say living organisms, dead organisms. That is whole organisms. That is the first benefits of first utilizations. In another process where we use part of organisms, where we only use specific part of that the organisms. In case of bacteria, we can take the particular antigens of that particular bacteria. In case of virus, we can identify that particular antigens, that is we call as epitopes, that we can remove, and we can relocate it properly, and we can insert through suitable vectors into the particular another living organism where we expect that properties. That is a part of organisms. Biological process, we can improve the biological process. We can make golden rice, BT cotton through the biological process. We can modify the existing system by just modifying that particular enzyme, by modifying that particular microorganisms. That is the kind of things we can do, because we are moving from classical to modern biotechnology. We all understood classical to modern. Okay, this is very important, because modern biotechnology industries are inventive vectors. We all of you know that can be used to manufacture relatively the easy and cheap manufacturing of existing medicines can be achieved by modern biotechnology. We all know. In case of whole organisms, we use fermentation process. We all know what is the fermentation process. In fermentation process, we mostly use a substrate as a sugar, then we add a yeast into that, and we will get this alcohol and CO2. This is the process how fermentation is carried out. So this is the process where we use entire a whole microorganisms in living form. Okay, then and only you will get the product of your interest. That is the first process where we use the whole organisms. That is called as classical. We call it nothing but a traditional classical biotechnology, where we use entire microorganisms. Now moving to the next generation process, where we use a part of organisms, where we identify that particular proteins, we identify that epitopes, and then we take it at that particular specific part of that microorganism, and we further produce that product of interest. That is the kind of things we have. That is called as nothing but the we can say modern biotechnology, where we use a specific kind of species, a specific kind of antigens to make the desired products. That is we call as part of microorganisms. Moving to the third generation products, where we can improve the biological process. The best example is golden rice. You can see in this image here you could see white rice. Here you could see the golden rice. What is golden rice? We all of you know why there is a need to make this kind of process. Why we need to improve the process of this fermentation. Yeah, we can say food production process. Golden rice, which contain genes, we all of you know. Scientists have identified that particular gene that will give that particular kind of property, that particular food. So that gene we can insert to the normal rice, a normal that we can say crops, which is necessary to activate biochemical pathway for provitamin A. We all know normal rice doesn't contain that kind of vitamin E, but if you make golden rice, probably you will be getting more amount of vitamin A into that particular golden rice, because beta carotene it contain rich content of beta carotene. Beta carotene, which is the precursor of this vitamin A. The intensity of the color represent the concentration. If you look at the color, which is the golden color, which is having more amount of vitamin A, that is we can modify with the help of genetic engineering, where we can improve the biological process. BT cotton, another example of BT cotton, which is having more, we will be getting more and more yield as compared to normal this kind of cotton. This is the kind of invention, this is the kind of innovation have been made possible because of this genetic engineering. This is a golden rice. We all of you know how it has been possible. Now we have to identify the gene of interest. When you are going to make this particular process, golden rice, then we have to identify the gene. We can identify the gene through this particular vector. We can insert that we can say gene into that DNA. Then we can insert that through the vectors, and then probably will be getting same property, whatever the property you want, into that particular plant, and that plant is called as transgenic plant. That is called as transgenic plant. Similar kind of things we can go make it the transgenic animal also. We all witness with that Dolly sheep, which was made by this transplantation process. A transgenic plant, a transgenic animal, we could say, the first animal which was produced by this genetic engineering. We all witness with that. So application, if you talk about application, it has a wide application in agriculture field, a production of transgenic animals, plant which better resistance to pesticides. That is we call as BT toxins. Herbicide resistance, we can make herbicide resistance. It is used for nitrogen fixation, for amino acid synthesis, utilization, and for long shelf life of fruits. So this is the kind of advantage we can get it with this biotechnology. If we talked about industrial application, it is used for production of proteins like insulin. We all know we can get certain hormones we can produce, then enzymes we can produce, antibiotics we all witness with that, metabolites we can use in the many process. There are many uses in environmental biotechnology, such as generating microbes and plant for bioremediations. The major benefits are expected in medical, pharmaceutical, health science. We are getting so many vaccines because of this process. In medical health science, it is used for production of antibiotic, insulin, growth hormone, we understood, interferons, clotting factors like we understood, okay, prokinase and all these things, urokinase, then factor 8, then vaccines, probes for infection and gene therapy, and so on. There are multiple applications. If you talked about this subject, it has a multiple applications. If you talked about this again in this image, you could see it is used to prepare microbial polymers. It is used in the treatment of anti-cancer, where we can make many anti-cancer therapy through monoclonal antibody. We can prepare excipients, we can make amino acids, vitamins, minerals, carotenoids, microbial pigment. It is used in drug delivery, immunomodulators, immunosuppressant, plant cell culture, biofarming, animal cell lines, marine microorganism, antiviral drug, antifungal drug, antibacterial drug, antibiotics, recombinant vaccine hormones, monoclonal antibody, diagnostic enzymes, adjuvant, DNA vaccine, drug delivery, drug therapy, therapeutic enzymes, multiple roles. Means biotechnology play vital role in all aspects of pharmaceutical fields. It could be act as a vector for the pharmaceutical sector, I could say. Again, another applications in biotechnology, here we can make a biosensor. With the help of this technology, one can prepare the sensing devices that can measure analytes such as organic compounds, bacteria to great precision. Biosensor measure much wider spectrum of analytes than normal wearable devices, which advanced microelectronics. Biosensor can deliver its data to physicians in real time, greatly improve the quantity and quality of medical data. That is another one of the major breakthrough in the field of this subject. Big data analytics, the nanomedicines, we all know uses of nanotechnology such as nanorobots, biological devices, machines to conduct precise medical treatment. Microsurgeons deliver drugs. Nanorobots deliver a small doses of drug for treatment precisely to where they are needed to perform microsurgeries, repair damaged tissue in the brain, other hard to reach organs, provide a waste of delivery of gene therapy and tissue engineering. That is the another very important applications of this subject. Then we can understand tissue engineering. That is another area of biotechnology where we use the bioengineering and biochemical method to improve and replace biological tissues and regenerates and improve the skin, bones, muscle, stem cell could be used to repair and replace damaged tissue, even organs. That create a biosensor tissues chips for detecting biological and chemical and toxic threat agents. So you see, it has a multiple applications. In case of 3D printings, we all know, which is used to bioink material to create a tissue-like structures, layer by layer bioprinted tissues, useful both in research as well as regenerative medicines, which create a functional tissue to repair and replace the human body. We all understood, witnessed. Gene editing, which is the recent application, recent advancement have been made in the field of gene therapy and gene editing. One can edit the gene, we all know, in order to replace that, in order to substitute that particular defective genes. It is now made possible because of that CRISPR technology, which was invented by that we all know California scientist, where we can edit the genes and we can replace that gene. That is called as future gene therapy, which will use to prevent and eventually for the enhancement of our life. That is very important. I hope you must have understood this topic very well. Keep on watching my video. We will be coming with the various topics of interest. And yeah, thank you once again to all of you.